After defeating King Thordan and the Heavensward, you're asked to find a missing airship. Then you go to the Sea of Clouds to find the ship. Unfortunately, you see some sky pirates stealing the cargo and holding the pilot hostage. But before you can step in, a man swoops in and accuses these pirates of dragging his crew's name through the mud. Then you find out his name is Leofard and he kills the pirate for breaking the Sky Pirate Code of Conduct. After that, the pilot thanks Leofard and leaves. Following this, Leofard explains that he knows who you are and that he needs your help, and that his pirates, the Red Bills, only seek adventure. Then he invites you to his base of operations. You go to the location he specified and his crewmate Stacia leads you to his room, but you have to wait because he's in a conversation with Radlia, the captain of the Talons, and she wants Leofard to join her crew for his expedition into a ghost ship, but he declines, telling Radlia that her crew is untrustworthy. After hearing this, she gets upset and she leaves, but notices you on her way out and tells her crewmate that she hasn't given up yet. Following this, you have your meeting with Leofard and he explains that a giant ship has been sighted around the Sea of Clouds and that everyone who explored it went missing. Then Stacia explains that they created a device to track the ship, so after getting all of this information, Leofard invites you to join the Red Bills for this adventure, and you do. So all of you go to see Utata, who has developed a compass that can track the ship's Aether. After that, you and the Red Bills enter the Void Ark. After clearing out the ship, everything seems fine until the ship starts shaking and a void-sent monster appears, performing a ritual on a coffin. Then a talking cat appears, telling all of you to leave the Void Ark and you all escape. When you get outside, the giant ship opens a portal for the Voidsent and the coffin to get away. Unfortunately, when you get back to the Sea of Clouds, Radlia holds Utata hostage in exchange for the compass Utata made. So Leofard gives it to her, but he explains to his crew that he put a link pole in the compass so he will be able to figure out where Radlia's crew is going and what they're planning. After this, the talking cat tells us that his name is Cait Sith and that the ship's name is the Void Ark. Later on, we have a meeting in Leofard's room where Cait Sith explains that he was created in the city of Mok a long time ago, and that the sorcerers of Mok were masters of destruction magic and that they used it in the War of the Magi. But the magic unleashed upon the land led to a giant flood, which his master High Void Mage Cessair predicted. Then Stacia interrupts, stating that it must have been the Sixth Umbral Calamity. But getting back on track, Cait Sith says that after Cessair's prediction, the people of Mok created the Void Ark to carry them to safety when the flood came, and Cessair was in charge of the project, but explains that his master was on house arrest for her opposition against the war. Then he tells everyone that the Void Ark is powered by over 1,000 Voidsent sealed within the ship, and that it had an extremely strong one called Sakach, the Shadow Queen, inside a coffin, and the only one who might have been able to control her was Cessair, and that is why she was freed from her house. But unfortunately, she wasn't strong enough and the Voidsent on the ship started to rampage. So Cessair and 53 other mages gave their lives to seal the monsters again, and left Cait Sith to watch over the floating prison. But one day, a bat-shaped Voidsent named Diablos entered the ship and became stronger than Cait Sith, breaking the seals on the ship, and is trying to revive the Shadow Queen. So Leofard asks where did the coffin go, but Cait Sith says he doesn't know. After this, Cait Sith asks for everyone's help to stop the Shadow Queen, and you all agree. Then the game cuts away to Radlia, who plans to follow the Void Ark, but we go right back to the Red Bills where Cait Sith and Leofard are arguing about asking for more help with their current task, but they don't come to an agreement. So you and Cait Sith check on Utata, who made a new compass to track the Void Ark, but it's pointing in the opposite direction of where it should be. So you and Cait Sith figure out that the compass wasn't tracking the ship, but the Voidsent inside, meaning that they know where Diablos is. After this, the three of you go back to Red Bill's headquarters where a Talon is asking Leofard to rescue Radlia, and he agrees. Then Cait Sith explains that Diablos is looking for the Null Stone, a staff that could completely obliterate a Voidsent. He believes Diablos wants this so the Shadow Queen can rule without any threat of being defeated. So all of you go to the Weeping City of Mhach and Cait Sith gets the Null Stone. But a Voidsent named Feridad appears and demands we give him the Null Stone or he'll kill Radlia. But due to some quick thinking between Leofard and Cait Sith, they make Feridad retreat and save Radlia. After this, Cait Sith explains that he needs to train with the Null Stone to unleash its full power before they go after Diablos. Then Radlia wakes up and explains that she wanted to obtain the Void Ark because of a book she found describing it, hoping that she could rule the skies. After this, Cait Sith asks her to help the Red Bills end this conflict, but she declines, explaining that she doesn't have enough men left to make a difference. Then she leaves. Then Cait Sith starts to decipher the book. Then the game cuts away to Diablos and Feridad, who discuss the Shadow Queen reviving soon and are going on the offensive. Then the game goes back to you and the Red Bills having a meeting where Cait Sith reveals the information he found in the book. He explains that his master Cessair only agreed to the ritual to summon Diablos as a bluff so the War of the Magi would end with fewer casualties. But the other sorcerers unleashed Diablos upon their enemies and imprisoned her within her house when she disagreed with them. Then they only released her when they needed her help with the Void Ark. After this conversation, Diablos attacks the Red Bills base, injuring Leofard and stealing the Null Stone in the process. But just before you fight him, Radlia appears with a new crew and ship, so Diablos retreats. After this, everyone except Leofard goes after Diablos, arriving at Dun's Scape for the final confrontation. Along the way, you defeat Feridad and the Shadow Queen and lastly conquer Diablos. Unfortunately, at the last moment, Diablos reappears with the Null Stone, but before he can escape, Leofard rams his ship into Diablos and crashes it, allowing you to give Cait Sith the Null Stone and destroy Diablos permanently. After this, everyone returns to Red Bill's headquarters and Radlia takes her leave. As you and Cait Sith get patched up, Stacia explains that Leofard's ship Ramil was named after his dead mother and she is the reason he values freedom so much, because she was too sickly to ever leave her house in her older years. But this is when Leofard tells Cait Sith not to feel bad about it and asks him to join the Red Bills, and he does. Following this, you say your farewells to the Red Bills and part ways until the next adventure. And that is the end of the Shadow of Mhach storyline in Final Fantasy XIV. With that being said, if you want to see more timeline videos like this one or video essays on your favorite video games, anime, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on. But with that being said, it's been Skips and I'm out.